Hey there, it's Brittany Chavers and I'm back today with Jesse James Beads, and we're going to make a fun, easy necklace using the Goddess Mazu bead mix. Super beautiful, wonderful blues and creams and whites. And then the Charybdis tied enamel chain. We're going to do some wire wrapping and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm also going to use some of this oval link chain from Jesse James Beads as well. So let's jump in. I am going to just kind of artfully arrange my enamel chain here. I'm going to try and find the middle. So we have the middle here, and what I want is the middle to actually be a link instead of a little enamel drop. So I'm just going to shift over a little bit and consider this bar right here the middle. Okay, I'm going to take this crystal drop from the mix and one of these pearl encrusted metal beads. It's so gorgeous, and that's what I'm going to make into our pendant. I have some 22 gauge wire. I'm going to start with one of my pieces of wire. I'm going to do a double loop on the wire. So I've wrapped one time around and I'm wrapping a second time around, trying to get that as straight as possible. There we go. So we've done a full second loop, and then I am just going to wrap my bottom wire or my tail around the main wire. So we've got a double bail on there. Now I am going to use a jump ring to attach this to my chain, but I wanted a more substantial bail on our bead because the beads are chunky. So just do like a little messy wrap right underneath that. I'm going to trim my wire. Tuck that end in a little bit. And then slip that through my pearl bead, trying to go completely all the way through the bead. As much as we can through the middle of the bead and not coming out of the side. There we go. So this will end up being the top. We could do a double loop on the bottom too. It's just, it's personal preference. I'm not going to. And that's a little long there, so I'm gonna bring that around and just curl my wire until the loop is where I'd like it to be. And then I am going to hold that with my wire or my pliers and then do a wrap. There we go. We'll trim. So we have the first part of our pendant. This is the bottom. There's the top. Super cute. Taking my second piece of wire and one of the bead caps from the mix and putting it on my blue crystal. And then I'm going to come through my crystal, up through that bead cap. And I'm going to come up, leave about maybe 3 or 4 inch tail and come up the back of that crystal. I'm pushing down on my bead cap to get it really seated, holding that in place, and then doing a couple wraps with that little tail around the top wire. Okay. Try and push that as flat as possible. And then I'm going to snip my wire in the back where this wire is coming up the back. Okay, and then I'm going to take some pliers and just twist that a little bit to get it to stay a little bit more without moving. We've got a cute little pendant, and then I am going to go ahead and do a wire wrap loop at the top. But before closing it, I'm going to feed my wire through the loop on the bottom of my pearl and clip that in place. I'm going to close that loop up a little bit more. There we go. And then just wire wrap that around the part that we've wrapped already. Just a few times, or however many times that you'd like. And there we go. Now I'm going to snip in the back. Tuck that in a little bit. And we have ourselves a very pretty pendant. Grab a jump ring, open that up, slip on my pendant, and then find that middle again, just making sure because I've moved my chain around a little bit. There we go. And then I am going to do some more wire wrapped little drops using some of the other beads from the kit. So I'm going to use this little blue bead, a turquoise bead, this little glass drop, and then another one of these little glass beads. I'm going to wire wrap these all into little dangles using some ball head pins from my stash. Like this, just like we've been using the wire to do, but this is a head pin instead of a piece of wire. Like that. I'm going to do that for all of my beads, so I have 4 for each side. And I'm going to embellish this chain using the jump rings, just like I did with this, every other bar. So I'm just going to grab a couple jump rings and do the exact same thing. I'm going to go ahead and add those on, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that my extra charms are added in, I'm going to go ahead and add some more chain to the back of this necklace. You can leave it as is. This is an 18-inch piece. I wanted my necklace a little bit longer, so I'm going to add on this piece of the oval chain from Jessie James Beads. I am going to put a clasp on this though, so I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to attach that with a jump ring to either side of my enamel chain. And then I'm just going to add on a little toggle from Jessie James Beads. This cute little sunflower, and that'll be the closure on the back of my necklace. Here we have a fun, personalized pendant necklace using our 2 different types of chain and the Goddess Mazu bead mix. It's so pretty. You can make this necklace as long or as short as you'd like. and it's definitely going to get attention. It's certainly one of my favorite colors. I'm going to make a really easy pair of earrings to go with. I've set aside another one of these drops, a crystal, and a tassel from the bead mix, and we're just going to wire wrap using our 22 gauge wire. Before I close this, I'm going to hook it right onto my tassel. Hold that little loop and wire wrap. Same principle that we've been using throughout the video. Then I'm going to slide on my teardrop, do another loop at the top. And then do another one and connect it to our teardrop. And then put on our little crystal and do a wire wrap loop at the top. So we have a nice sparkly dangle earring. Tuck in my little end here. There we go. And throw on an ear wire. And we have a beautiful, sparkly, fun pair of dangle earrings to go with our beautiful, fun, sparkly dangle necklace. I think this one's a hit. I love it. I'll include some photos at the end. Thank you to Jessie James Beads for having me back, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Is your little tongue sticking out? You're so cute. Are you getting a tummy rub before lunch? Yeah. Look at that little tongue. Look at you. You are the cutest thing on the planet. Yeah, you're so cute. Love you, Goldie.